It's the body that travels. It's not the arm. It's not the elbow. It's the body that travels. So if you take it in a normal stance and throw a 1, 2, 3, boom, there's the hook comes around. Boom, there's the hook that comes around. Boom, he comes around. The key to that is getting the body ahead. When you see guys talking about getting the hip, talking about turning your hips into the punch, that's exactly what they mean. But the timing has to be right on that. There has to be the rotation of the weight at the bottom, which is pretty easy. When you've got the stance down good, that comes out pretty easy. You want to throw the 1, 2, now the 3 is coming. We already know that on the 2 you've turned the body. Now this is starting to turn around way early before the punch even happens. When it does, that's when the hook will follow. It's almost like an elastic effect. This creates almost a whiplash effect. Again, I'll exaggerate the motion. If David's hand is there and I hold it back and I create tension here, as soon as I let that go, boom, the hook will come around. The body's turned, it's torquing, 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 boom, the hook will follow. And that's where you get the torque and the power. And that's a very, very important punch. And the key to that, and why it's so important, the left hook, not only is it a powerful shot, but as a right-hander, you always want to try to finish your combinations with the left hand. Throwing just a simple 1-2, you can get away with a couple of times, but if you get in with a real good fighter and you throw a 1-2, he rolls off that right hand, fires his own right hand back, you can be very susceptible to getting nailed with a good counter shot. A lot of great fighters won't counter off of the jab. They'll wait for you to throw your power shot, which is the right hand, and then counter. So that's why I always tell my fighters, finish with your left hand, whether it's a jab or a left hook. Usually a left hook is good because then you've set them up really darn good and you're able to knock him over with the left hook. And if he does try to come back with a right hand, you should beat him to it because your shot should have got there first. If you wait and you hesitate, his right hand will beat you to the punch. So don't hesitate when throwing the left hook. Commit yourself to it. Let the first 2 punches set it up. So the first 2 are quick and then the left hook will follow. The first 2 are quick, boom, the left hook will follow. The first 2 are quick, left hook will follow. That's the shot I like my fighters to use when throwing a 1, 2, 3. My bread and butter punch, though, the one that I love the most, is the left hook to the body. And that's Dave's favorite punch. That's the one he likes to use. So we often use the left hook to the head to actually set up the left hook to the body. The only difference, now some people call it an uppercut or upper hook. I mean, it's a left hook to the body because it is the left hand, it's the lead hand, and it does come from, it is a hook that you throw with the left hand, you only throw it to the body. Some people think about throwing it around. I don't particularly like to throw the left hook around. I prefer to throw kind of a halfway shot under and get it into the liver. That's probably the best way to throw it. The one thing you want to do with that is, again, the good base obviously is the most important. You want to set it up with the jab in the right hand. That sets it up. Now right there, what you saw there is David turned, when he threw the right hand, he turns his body knowing that he wants to set up the left hook to the body. That was the key. That's the place where he wants to land the shot. So as soon as he brings that right hand there, he's setting it up so that he can come around and dig that shot up underneath. And do it again, right hand, and boom. And that's where he wants to fire it, is right under the elbow. You'll notice again how the body, again, throw the right hand and then the left hook to the body. Now, right there, okay, hold it there, throw it to the body. Right there, again, he's letting his body get ahead of the punch. That's where the power comes in from. By doing that, this acts as an elastic again. He torques his body, torque the body, boom, the shot will land right under the liver. What I like to do with David, one of the favorite punches we throw, is the 1, 2, 3 to the head, but this is only a setup to land that one. Get the guy thinking you're coming to the head, boom, 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 bang, bringing him underneath. That's the shot I like. Again, he comes 1, 2, 3 to the head, boom, into the body. 1, 2, 3 to the head, boom, into the body. That's a good shot. Another one is bringing, after the left hook to the body, is bringing it up underneath, because a lot of times guys think that the shot down there finishes, or you're going to come up on the side with another shot to the head. So what I like David do, throw this, and that, right up in between. So you want to dig it under here, and then bring it right up in between the gloves, because he thinks it's coming around. So you throw it, 1, 2, boom, hit him here with that, and then bring it right up underneath. That's a good, clean shot that'll often score points for you. You'll be surprised the damage it'll do and the surprise it'll have on your opponent. So that's a good shot that I like Dave to throw. So again, if we just summarize on the left hook to the body, we set it all up. Now there, the rotation is the key. Even after David throws the left hook to the head, watch how when he brings it back, watch him rotate the body to get the torque necessary to throw the left hook to the body. That's the key shot. Stay with that one and you'll like that punch. From there, we'll move on to the uppercut. And the right uppercut, again, is another deadly punch which, when used effectively, will score a lot of points and cause a lot of damage to somebody who's primarily a low fighter, who likes to come inside, likes to bury his head on you. You want to use that uppercut as much as you can. You obviously, of course, have to be careful of his left hook, but we want to look at the uppercut as a primarily offensive weapon that you could use against a smaller, stocky guy who's putting the pressure on you. David, if you're boxing a guy and you're popping him with the jab, keeping your legs nice and wide, and you're moving away from the guy, moving away, and he comes in, boom, there's the shot. Set him up, time him, turn it under. Now, if we take a look at this again here, again, I want you to notice, watch when David throws it, throw it slow now. Right there, the body, again, turn. The body is ahead of the shot. Again, I'm resisting his arm. David's arm wants to go, it's torqued, boom, as soon as I let him go, the uppercut goes. That, again, is the key. So you see, whether it's a left hook to the body or a right hand or whatever, the key is you got to get the body there first. We'll do it again. Setting him up, popping it. Come here, David, stay here. Popping him. Now watch it. He sets it up, boom, brings it up underneath. Bring it, and boom, brings it up underneath. You don't want to try to reach for the fighter either. That's the important thing as well with the uppercut. You don't want to try to hit him when he's out there. You certainly want to make sure that he's good and close enough that you nail him near chest range, boom, right there. Another thing I'd like to show you here, which I don't think coaches show enough, is that when you throw the uppercut, obviously you've got to bend your body this way if you really want the shot to come underneath. Well, by doing so, what you've done then is you have put your shoulder in line with the head of the opponent. So therefore, the right uppercut has to travel along that line as well. So basically, you're aiming the shot almost at your own left shoulder. So if you have tilted yourself into position where you want to be, then by turning that uppercut underneath, it's going to line up directly with your own shoulder. And that's very important. You get that shot coming off right underneath, and then you're able to spin your opponent off from there, follow it up with the left hook, which will work very effectively. Do it here, David. Turn around. You set him up, boom, and now the left hook follows again. And that's a natural sequence of punches, is the left hook, uppercut, the uppercut left hook combination is a natural sequence. Set him up, set the smaller guy up, set him up, under, and hook around. Works very well. The rotation is excellent, and it's a natural transition. Do it again. It's natural transition. He goes under and hooks around. Very, very good shot to throw is the uppercut. Now that we've looked at those punches, obviously we've got to look at the defense against those punches. So if we go back to the very beginning, let's take a look again. We have the stance, and the first thing we spoke about was the jab. So the jab, we know how to throw it. Boom, boom. How do you defend against the jab? There's two ways to defend against it. You can either block it or you can slip it. A lot of times fighters will think that, well, slipping punches, you got to see it, you have to have this magical timing. It's not about magical timing. It's about being in the right place and knowing where your distance is. Having this kind of a footwork, having this kind of a stance offers you the opportunity to do that. With that move, I'm going to be able to show you how David, using his waist and only moving from his belly button, is able to move his body any way he wants to be able to set up and throw the punches. And always maintain a safe distance from me. He can move in, thinking he's giving me the target. I throw a punch, moves away, he's able to fire back. That's very, very important. Don't think when you see fighters slipping shots, moving, slip, don't think they're doing anything magical or something that you can't do. That's not the case. What the ability that they have to do is that they know the range that they're in. And they know that by standing here, and when David throws a punch at me, I just have to do this, and I've made him miss because I know that's where his extension is. That's why I'll be able to slip the punch. So one of the ways David can slip the punch is to give me his head and then take it away, and he has slipped the jab. So I throw it, boom, he slips it. Boom, he slips it. Boom, he goes back. He goes off to the side. He goes to the other side. All this is because he knows the range he's in. The other way, of course, is the traditional blocking of the jab. That's something that we practice with the fighters all the time, especially the beginners when they come in, is you get two guys in the ring together and you get them to practice this. Bang. And there's the blocking of the jab. All it is from this point, from your boxing position, it's just basically turning your hand, catching the shot, sort of semi-deflecting it over your shoulder, and then popping your own jab back. That's the defense and counter punch against the left jab. We'll do it again. If I throw the jab at David, boom, he throws back. Now this should happen instantaneously where I go. Very, very important. Again, instant reaction. Reaction, reaction. Again, David is waiting. He's got his hand open. He's going to deflect the shot over his shoulder. Bang, 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 bang. And that's the way you defend against the left jab. Now what we want to take a look at is the defense against the right hand. Again, not very difficult, and the key here again has to be your positioning. That's why the base, which I stressed at the very beginning of this video, was so important. That foundation and that base and your stance and footwork is so vitally important. And if you get a chance to practice that time and time again, you'll notice how by doing that, how much improvement you'll see in your offense and naturally will automatically come in your defense. Make sure, again, just to recap, feet nice and wide, move your waist from your belly button, and that'll give you your good range and good balance. So we go to the defense against the right hand. We already looked at throwing the right hand, which is like that, and David turns